Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and our coverage of round 5 of the Apex Racing League Prototype Championship. Tonight we are heading to Interlagos as we reach the midpoint of the season. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, and alongside me is David Sampson. And David, this is a much more relevant track to these cars than it has been for a while, because WEC rejoining the Interlagos circuit for this season, and it is very welcome because whilst it's not necessarily notorious for sports car racing, this track, it certainly is a very good facilitator for them.
I've always enjoyed this track. I love this track. I do wish it had an update in iRacing. It's starting to feel aged. But yeah, fantastic track. I think it's a good opportunity for multi-class racing as well. I like this, the duality of this track. You got it feels like the two separations almost. It's not Bathurst level, but it mirrors that kind of feel where you've got the different styles of driving. We've got the GTPs and LMP2s. I think this is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to this.
Definitely. Well, let's have a quick reminder of the calendar. Of course, went to Belgium for the first 2 rounds. Went to Silverstone last round. Particularly the last 3 rounds have been really entertaining. Tight fights for the top positions in each of the classes. Really very few times that we've seen a runaway winner. And hopefully that will continue tonight. And of course it is the 60-minute format as well that we have for tonight. Not the full 75. And of course we'll soon be getting into the 20 minutes of qualifying fairly soon. But yeah, just touching as well on those last 3 rounds or so, particularly Silverstone last time out. Yeah, generally good battles all the way down the field. We saw a couple of collisions, particularly in the early stages, but it all seemed to really converge towards the end, and much more of a tyre battle as well last time out than we've seen in the previous rounds. Yeah,
I think degradation here is also going to be a little bit of a problem, asking a lot of the cars. T1 is a pinch point at the start of the race, more so if just someone gets it wrong. There's not a lot of places to go, but grass is a little grippier than it's been for previous years, so I'll be interested to see how that fares. But yeah, with the race length and the pit stop and the style of format, we are still going to see the tyre fuel battles out there. But yeah, this will bring the best. This is a fantastic track. Very high demand. Off tracks are going to be, I think, a bit of a pickle here because they've slightly changed from last time. Most people are probably here, and it'll catch a few people out.
Definitely. Let's have a reminder of the championship standings then. We have got Blaszczykowski still leading the way, but he is yet to win a race this season. Really, the reason why Norbert Thomas isn't at the top of the standings is because he missed the Zolder round. He has won, got fastest lap, and got pole position in the 3 rounds he's attended so far. So, especially seeing that he won by 6 seconds last time out, he looks fairly unbeatable right now, Norbert.
Yeah, he looks like a weapon. I mean, the only man looking like he could challenge him is actually his teammate at the moment, and they're not making many mistakes. Let's see, though. Still a long way to go, and they may not know this track as well. Fingers crossed.
Perhaps. The fact that it's been on the service for 12 years.
Yep.
Maybe. But then Zolder's been on the service for a long time, and yeah, they didn't know that one. Let's have a look at the GTP AM standings there. And this has been a super unpredictable championship up to this point. I believe we have had 4 different winners, if I recall correctly. Yeah, we've had Schwebig won the first round. He's also finished 2nd place in the last 2 rounds, and that's enough to actually build up a decent-sized lead. Philip Longfellow yet to finish in the top 2 so far this season at any of the 4 rounds, but he's up there in 2nd place. Genuinely, I would say there's still about 7 drivers who could still challenge for this one.
Yeah, well, 100%. It's been a really good battle throughout the season, and like I said, with Philip Longfellow not being in the top 2 every round shows the level of consistency you need to pick up the points to win a championship. So yeah, I'm really excited. Their battles have been funny at times, like at Zolder, but exciting.
And in the LMP2 Pros, this one is hotting up quite a bit now, because after the first couple of rounds, it looked like it was going to be quite a boring season, honestly, because there was such domination. But actually, just before that as well, we have got the Teams Championship, apologies, and yeah, that is the Manatee Racing, and of course, you know, they got 2 very strong drivers in the form of Tamas and Blaszczykowski, but Beast Racing just ahead of peers competition, and of course there was Soren Kroll who got the GTP AM victory last time out, which helped Beast Racing a lot. But yeah, at the top of the LMP2s, still Christoph Herbinho, but that gap has been coming down significantly in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, Herbinho, he seems to either win it or his pace when he gets out front is ridiculous, but their battle was quite crazy last round, if I remember rightly. They almost cost themselves...
Yeah, Herbinho ran out of tyres and all the Delatres cars were all basically on top of one another.
Fighting.
fighting
It was
each other.
entertaining, if I remember rightly.
It was
Very
very entertaining. Derchaz actually lost second place on the line to Hafler Darson, if I recall correctly. But yeah, Herbinho down in 6th position, I believe, on that occasion. So plenty of room for improvement for him. In the LMP2 AMS, again, really unpredictable. Bit like the GTP AMS, we have had 4 different winners so far this season. Nathan Willoughby. In fact, actually, Willoughby has won 2 races this season, but he's down in 8th in the championship. Ooms has won 1 race. Quare has won 1 race. Connor Bennett at the top of the standings hasn't won a single race, has only got 1 podium so far this season, and yet he is at the top of the standings at the moment. So again, another championship where there's still about 8 drivers who could challenge for it.
Yes, indeed. I think the online league guys are doing quite well in the LMP2 3 of the top 4.
Yep.
That's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't get it out.
In the team standings, they are in 5th place, F1 Online Liga, but they're still a way off Chaz. And whilst there was a bit of infighting between the lots of them last time out, still not putting a dent into that championship lead that they have been adding to every round. Fastlane, of course, looked very good last time out. With the race win for Chris Bella. So, of course, watch out for them in this round of the championship. But let's have a look at our track then, this Interlagos circuit. And at least when I was driving here in the LMP2, really tricky turn 1 here. I was locking the brake every single time. And yeah, really struggling. It's a big breaking point.
It is. I mean, I like it in prototypes. Obviously, it is off camber, it is downhill. There's a lot of undulation. Like, it's a lot to it technically, but I think with some experience, you can learn it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then, of course, through the center S, turn 2 and 3, fairly easy, really, in these cars. There's so much downforce, and as long as you get 1 right, you can slingshot it through there. And then down into turn 4. This is a weird circuit, I would say, and I don't know if you've had this experience before as well, but if you defend around here, it's almost impossible to overtake. I've had a few races with teammates where if you cover the inside line, for some reason, I'm not quite sure what it is, you can't overtake unless you have the inside line. If you cover the inside line, you basically can't go around the outside. If you're a decent driver, it's like a weird thing that I've noticed.
I suppose T1's the big opportunity to stop that happening. But I get what you mean. Yeah, a lot of these, it's quite a flowing intersection. So yeah, I see what you mean. I'm trying to picture. It's been a while since I've raced here in a prototype. But yeah, this is really going to test the drivers. Like, even just locking when you're door to door here at this track, you can try and set it up. But I know what you're saying. It is very difficult.
Yes, absolutely. And then in that middle sector as well, turn 9 and turn 10, maybe could see a dive into turn 10 a few times. And of course, that might be yeah, where traffic gets a little bit tricky. Do you think we're going to see the GTPs actually overtaking that infield, or do you think the low speed corner grip of the LMP2s is almost a match for them anyway, so they'll just stay ahead in that section?
It's hard. If they're in pace order, you need to have a bit of a step over the person you're trying to pass, or force a mistake out of them on the exit. But I know what you mean. It's not. None of this is the easiest, apart from T1 and the second to last corner maybe. But you can definitely get people offline, disturb them, force a lock up on the outside. You know, there is definitely opportunities.
And so, yeah, it's just a long run round. There was a risk of rain earlier on. However, I don't believe there is any risk now. If there is going to be any rain, it's going to be in like the last 10 minutes of the race. But I think that threat has subsided. It started off at about 30% earlier on. I think it's down to like 10% now at this point. So probably no rain tonight. We will have to wait till the second half of the season to get some rain in this series. But we will go to a break now, and when we are back, we will be trackside to watch the 20 minutes of qualifying.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Interlagos and the start of LMP2 qualifying at the moment. And it's not quite as sunny as what these images quite show, but it's sunny enough that, yeah, any threat of rain, which is very common here at Interlagos. I was doing a few, of course, for this series, we just take the first generation of the weather forecast. But I did experiment with it afterwards, and this track has a huge rate of rain. Like, so if anyone uses the forecast weather around Interlagos, about 1 in 3 times it will rain. Unfortunately, this is the 2 and 3 times today.
Yes, 100%. Just remember, there is one glimmer of hope with how iRacing works. When the session changes from queue to race, you never know what's going to come fly. I just feel like...
You feel like it's going to rain?
No. I just feel like sometimes it gets a bit jumbled up.
Sure.
So sometimes, like, you know, oh, we've seen the exact pattern on how it's going to work, and then bam, qualifying ends, race starts, and for some reason the weather predictions are all...
Yeah, I don't know if you know, the beef market is very big in Brazil, but maybe we could get like some images of like some cows or something, see if they're on their backs, or see there's any other indicators whether it's going to rain. But at the moment, there are some clouds, so maybe we can still have some hope. There is the turn 12, because you can't use the sorts of extra bit of circuit on the outside anymore. That if you put a wheel over the white line, that will be counted as a 1x. Might see a few drivers do it on the warm-up to that lap.
All 3 of them.
But yes, you can't go too far when it comes to your proper flying.
Do you think we should get that system in iRacing? It's present in what, LMU and F1, where, you know, they deem off tracks near the end of an outlap would invalidate this and the next.
Well, we sort of have that with slowdowns, but we just don't do it with 1x's. And to be fair, that was a lap for them. That wasn't actually a warm-up lap. So actually, they've got a little bit more margin than the one tyre on. I guess it's the centre of the car can't be beyond the white line.
It looked like they were over. Yeah, it's hard from this camera angle. But yeah, it is the centre point of the car. But the problem is that line moves a little bit to the left just as you start to, like, flatten the car. If we follow on board here, you're going to put the middle, and then it just beams left a little bit. You just got to be careful. Board adjust you here.
Any nostalgia for the old Interlagos curbs? Because I mean, for me, this sends me straight back to 2008. You know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've always loved this track. I've done some really exciting endurances here in the past, like the Sim Cups and everything. And yeah, this track's one of my favourites. It just feels so dated in iRacing compared to other sims.
Yeah, even Gran Turismo has this place for some reason. Paul Busby currently slowest of the LMP2 drivers. I'm sure he'll put...
You just wanted to say that, didn't you? You just wanted to say that out loud. Yeah,
the facts are
you just want
me. I'm just stating the facts. I'm not biased. I don't dislike Paul. I quite like Paul, honestly. But he is last at the moment.
You've said it twice now.
Dare I say I think I could go faster than that.
Okay. After this session, we're going to pull up Sam's recent LMP2 race and overlay the qualifying lap time.
I gained 6 iRacing.
Oh, wow. Yep, that's what it's about.
Road to 10k.
Road to 10k.
Lennart accusing of the line moving.
Has been known to do that in the past.
Yeah.
So Bernier sitting on pole at the moment. Delatraz in second. Obviously, both Delatraz drivers. Delatraz are sitting 1, 2, and 4 at the moment.
And Henry Joslin up there in third place, of course, have been racing in GTP so far this season, but has switched to the LMP2 for the remainder of the season.
You forfeit your points, surely.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't bring points from a different class.
No.
That would be quite the strategic move to pull off.
I have sometimes thought of, what if you had a championship where it's like overall standings for GTP and LMP2, but 5 of the rounds you have to pick the LMP2, 5 of the rounds you have to pick for GTP.
Yeah, people like simple things.
Yeah, that's usually the thing that comes to my head.
Yeah. Costa Bernier's lap's pretty good. It's got a purple and a best in there.
Tim Perry's been in good form in qualifying recently, qualified well at Silverstone at his home track.
He has indeed. It's almost like and this isn't meant as an insult, but he almost sometimes out-qualifies himself, where he finds himself in such a position that he falls backwards. But yeah, that's just a testament to his one-lap pace.
Of course, Season 1 LMP2 AM champion is Tim Perry. Back in 2020, I believe he won that.
Remember that off the top of your head?
He posted the trophy that he won from it the other day. That's one way of stopping.
I thought he was doing pest things. Oh, okay. I didn't realize pest burnouts worked in this. So Costa Bernier in the pits. He's still got time to get out there and do another lap. It's only a short lap. Labinia in 4th. Halfdarson in 5th. Tim Perry, as we just mentioned, P6. Our lead in AM is Yuri at the moment. Just over half a second off the pole time. That's not too bad at all. Yeah, that's not a slow lap from Busby. That is definitely a problem. Is he out there now? Let's check. He is. So hopefully we're going to see a slight improvement there. Obviously the officials this week have found themselves a lot in wet conditions. And the same may be true in this, but at the moment it's leaning like there isn't going to be rain for the race.
I find it interesting how, and then we had this in GT3 Trophy last season, how before the rain comes, before the first wet round of the season, everyone's like, oh, come on, let's bring out the umbrellas, let's get some rain out here. And then the moment that you've done that first wet race, people are like, yeah, that was enough. Don't want to be going back to the rain for the rest of the season. So there's a lot of enthusiasm at the moment. A lot of people doing rain dances right now next to their sim rigs for it to rain.
I really enjoy the rain in iRacing, I have to say. I don't love what it does to the participation in officials, though, unfortunately. It was the most requested unwanted feature, which is ironic.
Well, 23 LMP2s out, at least out here today. We're going to have about 40 drivers in total when the GTPs go out. And it's still Bernier, the fastest of all of them. Not really many quicker lap times being posted recently. Henry Joslin, I think, may have recently improved.
Dylan Bossett just improved, but still 14th finds himself a little way off where we'd expect him. He's behind 2 AM drivers there. And Emil Coupland's down in 18th. Let's see where the gaps are. It's very tight all the way down to P13. And we do start to see some deviations. Dan Blackwell definitely needs a better lap than that. At the moment, 3.7 seconds off pole, so something's going wrong there.
Grigorenko went slower than his best lap by 4 thousandths. So Grigorenko inconsistent, but not going any faster. He doesn't need a big improvement to get up on the...
And Emil Kublins is in.
That's a quick pit stop there. That's 1980 style there.
And Clement Fidre just improved. Fast lane driver. Again, finds himself a little lower than you would expect. So the fast lane team a little struggling here. And we've seen them be rather strong.
Yeah, definitely.
It's looking like they put on the Alton Park dock, unfortunately, at the moment. And we are running very out of time. You'd have to be on the lap now.
Yeah. So Bernie is not going to set an improvement. This is Christophe Herbigno. He's got his teammate Alexander Delachas just behind him. Herbigno, after taking pole in the first 2 rounds of the season, has not taken pole in the last 2 rounds of the season.
That's an off track. As he puts it in the wall once it gets in the off track. Had he bounced back onto the track, he would have found himself in a world of penalties.
There are 4 drivers taking pit lane starts, by the way, today.
Yikes.
None of them, though, in the LMP2s. I think Grassetto could have been one of them, but he's unfortunately not around tonight.
I love how close. Let's see if we, as we're on board here with Henry Jocelyn, see how close it goes to the pit wall. You really want to stay low. Very low. You want to clip this wall and then keep staying left.
It's a good lap. I don't think it'll bump him up. It
MP2.
does. There you go. Good work. He breaks out the Delachas. But Alexander is on an improvement himself. This could get him back on the front row of the grid. It was an improvement, but he remained in P3. Can Tok Bulatov cross the line and go up any places? No. And that will be it for the LMP2s.
Oh, and Paul Busby found himself up to 5th. So
Good job.
Right, GTP time. Obviously, I think it's going to be Manatee versus Absolute Motorsport Ace-Liff, if I remember rightly. And probably
recently it's just been Manatee versus Manatee.
And, well, Beast as well have been pretty quick. But, yeah, the Manatee boys have been so fast.
Absolute Motorsport, of course, are... I think they were runners-up, weren't they, in the GTP Championship in the Abruzzi ARL Endurance Series.
Oh, we have Giga Nikolai Agard camera. Let's go.
Yes, his first race of the season. He drives this series, although, of course, has raced a lot in Porsche Cups and in GT3 Trophy. Bidding to get out of the way. I think he went wide at turn 4, picked up a 1X, and that's why he's letting everyone go.
I'm pretty sure that is not an official Racing Lab Esports livery that he's got on. He needs to speak to Costado and get that copied over. Nice mix of GTPs. We've got the Caddies, BMWs, Porsche, and even the 4 Acura drivers. Well, I think the Acura is going to go pretty well here.
So Tamas with the early pace, 10th to a second ahead of Turoshki. Let's see if anyone can get close to them. And now it's Christofuli, but Nucerov splits the difference. He gets up into second place, of course, winner back at Zolder was Nucerov, the only winner besides Norbert Tamas so far this season. So yeah, that Acura looking pretty good right now in the hands of the Italian.
Yep, stop the count. There you go. Manatee split by Absolute Motorsport Ace-Liff. And Soren Kroll, Beast P4.
A long way off, however, big chasm.
He is. But the top 3 are so close. Less than a 10th, all 3 of them.
Waiting for Anthony Seeger. I think he messed up his first qualifying lap, so no time set by him. Matt Baker trying to cook up a storm as he approaches the line.
I see what you did there. Baker, Cook, very good.
Yeah. I throw in a lot of these parts.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss any today. I'm absolutely on fire.
Be on it, okay.
Yeah, I won't miss.
Well, you're 1 from 1 at the moment so far. So
okay, we're putting overlay up on the screen.
Turovsky goes up into second place. Can Tamas improve? He does. I mean, huge improvements on this second lap. They went half a second faster. I mean, Lennart Schnabel is currently on pole position. Now,
Federico P2?
How has Lennart done that?
Yeah, Lennart and pole. I mean, the lap times are vastly improving, though.
I mean, if Lennart Schnabel can get pole position here, it would be one of the biggest surprises. I mean, this guy's been... I mean, he qualified well at Silverstone. I think he was 9th in Silverstone. I think he was 16th at Road Atlanta.
Am I seeing that right? 1.7 tenths separate the top 6.
Yeah.
Wow. And I thought Pesk was close. Yeah, that is tight at the top. Very tight. Philip Longfellow. Where can he put himself? Oh, it's not a bad looking livery.
Fall short on that occasion with that lap time.
Yeah, looks like he's getting off tracks. He's below all the LMP2s at the moment. So right on board with Philip. See how he gets on. So he clipped the grass a little bit there. It's gonna, yeah, it's not ideal. Turn 4. See how committed he is. Probably wants to keep 4th, try and keep those RPMs high. As he does. Pushes that all the way to the off track. Oh, and he's blown that, unfortunately. He's going to have to overslow, rotate the wheel a little bit too much. Let it track right. Yeah, not all the way. He's missing some bits here, unfortunately, is Philip. God, he really rotates that wheel, doesn't he? He leans out the rig to do that, surely. And just avoid the off track. Oh. Not bad. Can be cleaned up though. Let's hopefully he cleans it up on his second lap.
Yeah, I think this will put him ahead of the LMP2s, I believe. Of course, they are gridded by car class anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. I think this will get him a fair bit up. There he goes, to 14th. So yeah, currently slowest, but not a long way off the cars ahead. But you can see only 7/10 of a second, not even that, 6/10 of a second between the slowest GTP and the fastest LMP2. Not a big difference around this circuit with so many slow speed corners.
Yeah, I do think we'll see that difference. I mean, Philip's lap was far from optimal. And yeah, Bernie has 9 on 10K, so that always helps when he's hunting a 2K driver.
Mads Lauritsen improves to 9th. That's 3rd place out of the ARMS. Currently, we have got 6 pros, followed by 8 ARMS. So very separated. About a quarter of a second between them as well. Michael Hafler-Darson, by the way, in chat, of course, a member of Alcantech NHR, saying stop the counts with his teammate on pole position. What a shame that you are not out there today, Michael. It seems like that dock is very, very good. I'm sure you would have been up there yourself.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, we see the Manatee boys in 4th and 5th. I'm not sure I mean, I'm trying to think of a pole Norbert hasn't got when he's been in the race.
He has got every pole, every fastest lap, and every win he's taken part in this season. 3 from 3 in each.
So people are preparing laps. Do you remember Balazs Tarowski from ARL GT3s, wasn't it?
Well, he won season 6 of this championship in the GTP ARMS. I don't think he's done GT3s, but
I'm trying to think what I saw him in.
Michael's just saying that he had a bit of a skill issue on his lap. So Lennart still, still got one more attempt to go then. I'm not really seeing many green sectors. Maybe Anthony Seago is on a decent lap right now. He might be improving. This certainly isn't going to be an improvement for Lennart. I think it's basically just a warm-up lap for him. As Seago, I think, did just move up into 5th position. Isera in 2nd, Christopherly in 3rd.
Oh, that looks too much, yeah. I think he's parking that.
Well, the target's there for everyone to beat now, but Snusera's back in the pits, Christopherly's back in the pits. What can Tamas do? This isn't going to be an improvement for Tamas, I think. It's not a bad lap, but I'm not seeing any personal bests.
No.
No, he stays where he is.
Tarowski, 20.2. First sector's not perfect. Keep an eye on Tarowski's lap times. He's cooking up something here. I have him net above Norbert Tamas at the moment. I think on for P4 at the moment, depending on the last sector. Just got to put this together. Yeah, he's a 10th up on his teammate in the first two sectors.
Yeah, Norbert struggling a bit on... Well, Norbert, I think, messed up Sector 1 on on this lap. I mean, he's lost 3/10 in Sector 1, that's Norbert, and this lap has 5 sectors.
Yep. And that was the old Interlagos line now, unfortunately.
Matt Baker just improved to 11th, by the way. Agard's back to the pits.
Power slide. That looked like a power slide, surely. Was that? Okay, it must have just been camera panning. That's an off track. Yeah, I think he's just going back to the pits, okay. Because this line doesn't look ideal.
Well, there's no big improvements from anyone now. I think everyone who had started the lap has gone back to the pits. Maybe only Kritsard Thasang, perhaps, might still be on a quick one. Personal best Sector 1. Not lighting up the timing screens besides that, though. He doesn't need a big improvement to move ahead of Jack Wells, though. And he finds that improvement.
P9.
P9 for Kritsard Thasang. Yet to win a race, I believe, this season, but has been very strong on several occasions.
What a result for Leonard Schneebel.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's cooked something in that set. Because remember, Lennart back at Road Atlanta, which was 2 rounds ago, we had a chat with him.
Happiest man alive for
a top 10.
Yep.
And he was like, I can't believe I'm in the top 10.
Exactly. Yep.
And he's just taken pole position. So he's figured out something in that BMW. And yeah, what a lap that is. Can he hold on to it?
Yes.
Okay.
That was my analysis, sorry, yeah.
Sure.
People are struggling now. Norbert and Tarowski don't look like they've got it. Obviously, Nucera's lap was one of his early laps, so he's definitely got some pace. So I think Nucera's going to be fire at the start. Let's see. The teams are all spread out in GTP.
And the times are very, very close in both classes as well, not just the GTPs, but the LMP2s are close as well. Let's have a look at the grid then for this round of the season. And it is Lennart Schnabel on pole position ahead of Simone Nucera. Federico Crisafulli lines up in 3rd. Then it's Norbert Tamas, Antonino Segro, Balash Tarowski, Nikolai Agard, and Henning Schwebig. Those last 2 AM drivers. Then it's Kritsard Thasang, Jack Wells, Matt Baker, Mads Luritsen, Glenn Grondelez, Soren Kroll, Philip Longfellow, and then top of the LMP2s is Augustin Bernier for Delachaz Automotive. Then it's Henry Joslin, Alexander Delachaz, Christophe Herbigno, Paul Busby, Michael Harfler-Darson, Tim Perry, Anton Tokbalutov, John Williams in 24th overall. Then it's Sazonov, Crisp, Grigorenko, Willoughby, Fridri, Bosset, Quer, Alzugari, Ooms, Koopmans, Benaccio, Revkov, Oman, Koulibaly, and then the judge who did not... Oh no, Blackwell set a lap time. Watson was the one judge who did not set a lap time because he had a qualifying ban. So it's a Freem by altitude last row of the grid.
That's a shame. Adam's a good guy. I've driven with him in an endurance or 2. Just looking at that. Henry Jocelyn swapped classes and then puts it on P2, splitting the Delachaz.
I mean, the racer I did earlier this week at Interlagos, he beat me in the LMP2.
I would, I'd have definitely expected him to.
But what I think what you mean by that is that for him to beat me was a clear sign that he had some pace around this circuit.
No, I wasn't. I won't use that as a candle for anything.
I think that's what you mean, isn't it? And I agree. The Joe is now just pulling away from the grid. And you've got a decent way round to go for the lap.
Let's just hope we'll get through T1 okay. I'm not saying it's a high carnage corner. It's just an easy to make a mistake corner, and dodging the mistake is a nightmare here.
It'd be good if we could get an update from one of our producers as to what the radar is saying for weather. If we've got a percentage chance of rain later on in the race. I'll take anything which isn't 0. Currently, there is no rain. It is dry, with some sun, which is worrying. If anything, it's got quite sunny now. Does look all right.
Cloud cover's quite strong there in the backdrop.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. It seems like there's sun coming down, but a lot of clouds.
Yeah. The sun's quite bright, mate.
It's short. Well, yeah, it's one of its biggest features. So the field fully, still under pace car control. The drivers can launch anywhere between the pit wall starts and the finish line. So there's probably about a 50-meter area where the pole sitters can choose to launch the car.
We're waiting for that one guy who forgets.
Yes.
Quite spread out. The safety car taking its sweet time.
So here comes Lennart Schnabel then for his first pole of the season. The start zone is there, so he can choose when to launch now, and he chooses to go there, and he makes a huge break for it, and it's an awful start for Simone Nucera, who's going to lose out to Christofuli straight away. Look at the dive up the inside. That is an amazing move there from Norbert Tamas to gain 2 places right at the start. That is a gutsy manoeuvre, and it could be important in this race. Back in the LMP2s, Augustin Bernier still leads, but Delachaz looks very, very dangerous, going the long way round at the moment. Henry Josselin, sorry, and he just about loses out, but will maintain the fight to turn 4.
Yeah, all very high-class stuff, actually. But yeah, poor Simone Nucera, because of that send Norbert made, Nucera finds himself down in 4th, just napping a little bit at the start there. But that was brave from
someone's gone off. Is that Jack Wells? Matt Baker has gone off. And they are dangerously close to the LMP2s, but they just about rejoin in time.
Yeah, the blue LMDH was shaking his car. Maybe he's got real damage, not sure. Or he was just checking the vehicle. We've got some sends going on. Still a lot of 2-wide action in the back there. 3-wide action at the front.
Yeah, nearly being wiped out. There was one of the LMP, one of the Delachaz cars, sorry. Oh, that's a mess. That is a mess.
I didn't see too many car parts, so hopefully it's just 2 spun cars.
AC Alzugai may have been involved, Schwebig may have been involved as well, Mats Luritzen perhaps. There is Mats Luritzen with damage. But fairly spread out in the GTPs, and I'm sure Schnabel would have been anxious about that start. It is a big advantage being on pole position. You get to choose when to launch. You don't have to wait for the green lights. And he did it absolutely perfectly there.
Yeah,
alongside is Paul Busby, under huge pressure from Herbinho, and we've got a driver on the grass as well. This would be a manic overtake. We've got 3 wide. I think the Delachaz car might still try to slot it on the inside.
No.
Now there's contact. They were on, I think the car on the outside didn't know that there were 3 wide maybe, and Busby is the one who loses out.
Yeah, you got to know you're 3 wide. Like,
it was an awkward 3 wide though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was sort of 1 leading car and 2 barely alongside.
We'll take a look at the replay, hopefully get like a far chase chopper cam and try and sky pad it. Yeah, no, I'll be interested as well. What?
Oh, no. That's going to be in the middle of the circuit.
Oh, the second knock was actually pretty damn convenient, because that turned into
a karma.
Yeah. But that could have been a 6-car pile-up easy. Oh, getting it done.
So who was that making kind of maybe Anton Tokbulatov.
Oh, still there. Even I could tell you that. Is he going to try it down the inside late lunge? Whee. Oh, he's gone too deep. Now he's going to have another car on his left, another effect car. That's John Williams.
This for 8th place in the pros.
John should have quite the run here. Let's see what he can do with it. He's tucking in for now. Yeah, he's just tucking in. Oh, no, he is going for it. And... oh. I think Dylan took the performance off track there, just to maintain. You need to be careful, though. You're going to rack them up here in an hour. Absolutely rack them up. So Lennart Schnabel's leading GTP Pro with Norbert Tamas behind. Christada Sang in GTP AM with Nicola Agard behind. LMP2 Pro, Augustin Bernier with Delachaz behind. Did we miss that? getting past Henry Jocelyn? I think we must have.
Yeah, that was on lap 1, yeah, in the turn 4, I think.
And then Clement is leading Ivan in LMP2 Balazs is really looking to size up Simone Nucera here, who's having a not an ideal start. He's down 2.
One of the biggest gainers last time, or last week's winner, Soren Kroll, up 4 places in the GTP AMS. You can see those position changes on the timing tower. And we have got Mads Lauritsen, who is in amongst the LMP2s at the moment. I think you just see him at the front of that queue. Well, just in front of Michael Hafler-Dustin, in fact. And he may well be causing issues. And of course, we will have a few, probably twice, I think the GTPs will get past the LMP2s, perhaps tonight. Maybe just the once for the top LMP2s, because of the fact that this is a fairly short circuit.
Yep. Paul following closely here. He's obviously got a lot of positions to make up. His car looks to be in good working order at the moment. Hopefully he's not too down on straight line speed. Struggling with the slower drive of Ivan there.
This is a good opportunity. Opens up so much on the corner entry here. And Ivan fighting it, but not excessively. Buzz speed now up to 15th out of the pros. That is 17th overall in the LMP2s.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, Balazs Trotsky is definitely hunted down Simone Nucera, following very closely. I think we're going to definitely see that happen sooner or later.
I'm liking this angle from Yorasumes.
Yes, indeed.
That definitely verifies that he's driving the car. There's absolutely no doubt when you can actually see his screen on the camera as well. Oh, that's a slide. It's off the circuits. That's Nathan Willoughby, 2-time race winner already this season, but losing ground on that occasion.
Yeah, he's going to get past here. He's going to be the... Oh, so he's actually got some good speed. No, he's tucking in. Thinks better of it for right now. Oh, side by side. The orange car's going to get a little done here by the looks of it, because you really want this inside. If other cars can tuck in behind, you just lose out in the queue that forms on the inside line, as we see there. Okay, some replays coming in. So this is the Baker. Ooh.
So Schwebig was the... No, it was Baker who was the initial one who spun.
Yeah, then he's recovered and... Yeah, so... Yeah, he caused it himself, unfortunately. Whoa, what a spin. Wait, that was out on his own. That was quite the spin. Ah, okay, here we go. This was the Busby... Oh, wait, so the touch didn't come from the Delatrace. It came... Here we go.
Oh, yeah, it was... Yeah, from the outside.
Oh, yeah, the out... There's a bit of a strange turn in there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so the guy on the outside... He was the last car to join the 3-wide, which makes him feel like you should know it's a 3-wide. But he definitely turned in like it was a 2-wide, that's for sure. Strange old contact model hit, though.
Yeah. Gaultier in chat, supporting Clement Quer when the last time out. He is currently the leader of the LMP2 AMS. And be chopping down that championship lead that he currently is in -2 to one of the other drivers in that LMP2 championship.
Yeah, no, he's doing well. He's got 3 pros behind him.
Yeah.
Fast pros, though.
So Schnabel's gap out in the lead, coming down quite a bit. It's down to 0.4 of a second now. So we'll keep an eye out on that one, on the timing tower, see if that changes. But still, these LMP2s are super close to one another. Poor start for Grigorenko, because he started on pole out of the LMP2s, but I think he got caught up in that turn 10, or turn 11? Turn 10, malarkey early on.
This is the lead battle in GTP Pro. Norbert Tamas hunting down Leonard Schnabel. But Leonard's holding his own. He's doing what he needs to do. These two have actually dropped P3 quite significantly. Oh, Matt Baker, I think, just towed. Yeah, they've dropped Frederico by almost 3 seconds. And then, yeah, Frederico has Smolin Nucera and Balazs Tarowski and Segro right behind him. So the only break in this GTB Pro is with Frederico. There's the blue pool cue.
Yep. It's difficult to tell how much pace these guys behind have. Could just be that they're just running at Christopouli's pace right now. And he's the one who is causing the gap between the second and third places to gain. It's now up to 2.7 seconds, 10 minutes into the race.
I'm seeing this 3/10 follow distance that it isn't so easy to pass here, because we're seeing the 2 3/10 gaps up and down the GTP field. It's obviously just... Oh. Mads Lauritsen on... Was that an LMP2?
Yes, yeah, he's still making his way through. They've only got 2 more to go. Augustin Bernier, by the way, and Alexander Delachaz dominating the LMP2 category, particularly this man, Augustin, who performed well last time. I think he finished 2nd last time out. And looking to get more points to his name. Currently 6th in the championship. Missed round 1 of the season, though, did Bernier, but if he can keep up this form, he will certainly be near the top of the championship come season end.
Strange though to see Habinho, right? We at one point thought he was going to take the LMP2 championship. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought he was going to dominate it. And he will probably be leading after this round. It'll be close between him and Delachaz, but a distant... I say a distant. He's two seconds off the podium right now. Nucera has got past Christofouli. We have had a change for GTP Pro 3rd position, and it was into turn 1. And now Tarowski wants to get this one done immediately, and he's going to be pushed to the inside. The Mag Performance car covers him off.
Yes, indeed. Nice move by Nucera there. Getting one of the positions back he's lost. I think it's going to be very difficult to catch back up to Norbert Tamas, who's absolutely flying. They're 4 seconds back, this group. Trotsky knows he needs to get this done soon.
And he's going to dive up the inside now.
Yep, job done. Oh.
Yeah, it's going to take him a couple more corners. If he can just... No, he can't even stay alongside.
Well, almost breaking the draft if he can between Frederico and Nucera will help Tarowski in the opportunity for T1. But the draft currently is not broken.
Christopouli's got to make the decision how hard to fight this one. He could defend all the way and lose them a lot of time, or he could be a little bit more generous. Is the dive going to come into turn 1? No, it's not. And this time out, he does not lose a position into that corner, does Christofouli. He remains in P4, but he's slightly compromised through the center S, and Tarowski could not be closer than this. No. Is there any room on the inside this time into turn 4? Doesn't look like Christopouli's going to fight it so much.
Yeah. This time, job done. And Tarowski gives him a little old Verstappen, don't stay on the track nudge.
And now Segro is going to go through as well. Who's got the better line there? Outside, inside? Turned out to be the inside.
Yeah, nicely done. I think I just saw Tim Perry and Matthew Chris fighting. John Williams just been overtaken by Anton. Actually, John Williams is dropping. Yeah, John Williams is dropping. I think John is recovering. So we'll find out what happened there. There's something not good. I think he's dropped it in 1.
Yeah, looks like John Williams is going to fall into the jaws of Paul Busby as well.
Oh, my life. That was a 1-inch clearance by Emil, unfortunately, there. He got his car a whole inch alongside. That was nearly very dangerous. Yeah, the effect guy's not having the best day. Nate Willoughby's doing okay. P2 in AM. I thought he had a moment earlier, but it wasn't. It was just an overtaking opportunity. But yeah, he's doing strong. We're not quite sure what happened to John Williams, but yeah, very unfortunate.
So still Vinaccia at the front of this quartet. Yevkov might be able to catch up to these guys soon as well, but they start the ascent up the hill now.
Whoa.
Oh, and a huge crash. A colossal crash in turn 13. It's Weber Alonso 03 all over again.
They both took very different lines, and I wondered what they were going to do. And I thought, I need to see the replay again. I thought Joshua was going to sort of use his line to get the run, and I'm really confused by that.
Well, it's bad news for Hosu, but he might get to the end of the race from here. It is a low fuel consumption circuit, this. So if he fuel saves, he might get to the end, and he might only lose 20-odd seconds from that instant. For the other driver, it'll be much worse.
Well, we need to check the penalty first, though.
oh, yeah.
We'll get a replay, but obviously it's not our judgment that the stewards care about. It's what we care about. Our opinion. Yeah, it looked very dangerous. But yeah, these cars have plenty. It's not like these cars you're forced to track out. You've got plenty of grip.
It's not a corner, really.
No. You can hold the inside all the way around if you want. Yeah, there were some strange lines going on there.
Well, it might be getting close for P2 and P3 for a moment there, but that is just a back marker. That is John Williams. Is that behind these guys?
Actually, we're doing a perfect job here. Norbert Tomas. Wonder if he's just fuel saving or a long strategy here, because he's got a big gap to Simone Lucero. So you'd like to think he's taking every opportunity to make sure he gets this pass done in the pits. It's amazing how close Agar, Tassang, Segro and Chris Afuli are on track. Absolutely nothing separating them after 16 minutes.
Yeah, Chris Afuli has not spent a lap of this race yet, where he hasn't had a car within 0.3 of a second of him across the start-finish line. This time, it's still just enough of a gap for him to survive, but it is clear that he has not quite got the pace that he delivered in qualifying. Third fastest in qualifying, but he looks, frankly, maybe 8th fastest in the race right now.
Okay, some replays coming in.
This was the initial move.
So this is Nocera getting past Chris Afuli. Nicely done. And this is when Tarosky obviously almost got run off the track, but they settled it. Ooh. This is Tarosky getting it done. Oh no, this was the first battle. This is Tarosky getting it done. I think he gives a little bump. Ready? Go
A
away.
little bit naughty there. He should be leaving a car's width.
Technically, if you're first to the apex, you own the entire track. Oh, John went straight on a bit there. I don't know, it's hard to see from that camera angle.
And the LMP2 further back did not pick the right way.
Yeah, it looked like John didn't turn for the turn, unfortunately. Maybe just a bit of a lock-up on the way in.
It's probably the outside car's fault.
Let's see.
Yeah, like the inside car is barely tight. I don't think he's touching the curb necessarily, but he's...
Yeah, I think the Alguersuari guy forces the blue car into him by leaning on his rear right fender. And there was plenty of room on track.
Yeah.
So while he got his fast repair done, he's probably got a big-ass penalty.
Henning Schwebig into the pits, one of the first GTPs to pit, can easily get to the end of the race from here. This is a very low fuel consumption circuit, so you can probably do over 50 minutes in the GTPs here.
If you can do over 50 minutes, then some people aren't stopping, mate.
Well, I welcome them to go for it. But yeah, I think, oh wow, that is a paper width between these two.
Oh.
And that is a brilliant move there. A really nice move. I said they couldn't go around the outside, but Dylan Bosset has proved me wrong. That is a move on George Sazonov. He's up 5 places now from his race start, is the Belgian. And that was good damage model as well. I mean, there was no, or good contact model. There was no contact when they were marginally away from one another, and despite a little bit of contact through turn one, he managed to...
Isn't it crazy we celebrate a moment when two cars don't explode on each other? Look at this. Christopher has been dropped again. Oh no, he is sticking this one out. And he is going to get that nicely defended there. But he's looking like bait. Like he's loaded the wrong setup almost. Because like we say in qualifying, he was a rocket ship. What's the incident limit? 20. Yeah, we're going to see a drive for a 2.
Had a few last time out at Silverstone. Some of the drivers trying to take late drive-through penalties.
Which turned into penalties.
Yep, yeah, turned into 40-second post-race penalties.
And then a league penalty, right?
And then a league penalty as well.
And a league penalty.
Or cutting the circuit.
But apart from that, it went well.
Apparently Clermont-Quer might have some damage according to Gautier. We don't think we saw that, did we? Before, but he's still leading the way in the LMP2 AMS.
Is there an incident with Habinho and Hennin?
Oh, you're right. He was the one who went the wrong way at turn 1. I now
right,
remember.
yeah.
But yeah, so you were saying Henning and Habinho.
Yeah, maybe. I saw like 3 or 4 off-tracks fly up on all 3 of them. But it seems like it's nothing.
Aye, well, Christoph's not happy. Henning, of course, is a GTP who has just pitted, which is a questionable call when everyone's so close to one another out on track.
What's the call?
To pit early, because then you fall behind the LMP2s and you have to start re-overtaking the LMP2s. Basically having to go through the traffic in extra time is what Henning Schwebig is giving himself the challenge of.
Yeah. And Alguersuari's in the pits again. Hasn't he just taken his fast pair of mine? Joshua Alguersuari? I thought he'd already pitted for a fast pair.
Yeah, this is his second pit stop. Yeah, maybe this is it. Very quick in the Super Formula cars is Hosu. Did well back in the Apex Racing Academy Super Formula Lights or Super Formula Championship about a year ago.
Definitely looked like his fault, though, unfortunately, on the big accident, and it was a big accident. I mean, there'll be a medical helicopter if it was real life.
Shout out, by the way, to one of our sponsors, Apex Racing Academy. Thanks to them for supporting the series. And of course, if you want to get faster on iRacing, do check out apexracingac.com, where you can get setups, telemetry, track guides, and coaching. So many cars covered by Apex Racing Academy. And yeah, you can get a silver subscription, which gives you access to all of them. And of course, all those cars having the tracks from the official series. Matching up to them, you get access to those tracks as well a couple of weeks before you actually visit them as well, so you can get a bit of a head start on everyone else when it comes to preparing for the official series. So do make sure to check out apexracingac.com to get yourself a subscription.
I don't think Norbert Tamas and Lennart Schneebel have been separated by more than 4/10. Christopher is struggling for pace. We know he's a fast driver. We know he's qualifying good. I wonder if he picked up a small knock at the start of the race and it's just affecting him in the acceleration, or is he trying to no-stop it? I don't know. I don't think of Federico as being slow, so not sure what's happening. But it just seems every time we cut to the camera, he's got someone right on him trying to make a move. So Trotsky's actually caught up to Lucero, as Nate Willoughby has come into the pits.
Yeah, bad day so far for Nathan Willoughby, going for his 3rd win of the season. Needs another win to recover some of the points he's lost. Has had a couple of very poor rounds recently.
He was looking good before the pit stop, I think. I think he was P2 in LMP2 AM.
Okay, maybe I was being negative.
Maybe. He is 1.8 back from John Williams, another Vec driver at the moment.
certainly be able to get to the end of the race safely here. Will the LMP2s?
Oh, Tarowski's got part of head of Christopher Foley. I didn't see that.
We did see that earlier on. It's been Segro who's been the one.
Ah, of course.
Yep.
It's been Segro. Yep.
The Sang and Agard still just a little bit off. I think they've been losing a little bit of time recently, have those two. Longfellow with a slight off track, I'm just seeing on the timing tower, but you'll see that red pop up every now and again. Doesn't necessarily mean too bad a thing for the Jazz. Very easy to track extend around this circuit, and if the Jazz go all four wheels off the white lines, even if it's not necessarily an off track, our system will alert it with that red highlights on the position number on the timing tower on the left.
Well said.
At the moment, it's quite spread out actually. This is the closest battle pretty much. The lead battle and the battle of 5th in GTP Pro are the closest battles out on circuit at the moment.
Yeah, we've got the LMP2 drivers, the Dodorev Motorsport guys, but they're teammates, and Dylan on Matthew Crisp in LMP2. And then Nate's right on the top of John Williams actually, down in LMP2. I wonder what's happened there. So we literally just reported that he was like 1.6 seconds back.
Might be an issue for Latov. He seems to be stationary on a part of the circuit.
Yep. He's either pitted or towed or having internet issues.
It's odd because we've just driven past him and I did not see him. But yeah, he's stuck in like the gap between the second and third sectors. But yeah, I did not see him on board with Segro.
Yeah, it's a shame. Oh, no, he's back again, disappearing. I think it might be internet issues, I'm not sure. He's half shuffling around on my telemetry though. Oh, you can almost hear Christopher Foley. I hate this combo. Do you hear him?
I mean, really nailed his qualifying lap. I mean, good job from him. And I think it's given him a better shot come the race. Be careful with this back marker now. It's ML Koopmans that they're just going past. No, it was not Koopmans actually. It was one of the other ones. Maybe Revkov.
Philip Longfellow in. That's our first GTP. Oh no. Hennin as well. Long pit stop though, right? Should only be a really short pit stop here at Interlagos.
Yeah, 24 seconds. Henning Schwebig was 11.5. That's how lots of fuel they've got to take. Usually we see...
Philip's 30. 30 seconds, so 4 tyres, I assume?
Yeah, I guess. Very cool track temperatures though here, which is rare for Interlagos. It can get absolutely sweltering.
This is the hardest corner on the track. Ready now for a GTP? Because you want to go flying, but it's easy to get wrong, getting off track, clip the grass, put it in the wall. Ooh, very close here. This is that crisp Dylan battle was mentioning earlier. Dylan looks like he's happy to follow at the moment, but follow closely.
Yeah, just waiting for Crisp to snap at the moment. As he locks the front right. Front left, sorry. Front right. That's front right. And of course, what Matthew will be hoping for is that he's not, what Chris will be hoping for is that he's not assaulted by the car behind.
Ready sorted crisps. That's 2 for 2.
I've said some others and you...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
What did I say about 20 seconds ago? I'm not sure if it counts so much. It's not a brilliant pun, but I said I hope that Crisp doesn't snap.
No, what's Crisp got to do with snapping?
Crisp has a fantastic snap.
No. We'll let the stewards decide.
Well, okay, there was another one as well.
Oh.
But it was I'll explain it to you afterwards. It was a bit convoluted one.
There's a flow chart.
Tamas, very close to Schnabel now. He wants to get the move seemingly.
1.2 tenths, absolutely nothing in it. He obviously wants this done before the pit phase. He's following. Alan Loof in chat is asking, where is the 45C track temp and monsoon rain? Actually, I've seen 60s at this track. 61, 59s. It's insane. I remember the old BMW GT round here for Sim Cup. Oh, it was, yeah, like 59, 61. T1, it was easier to put your foot out the door and try and use your trainers to brake. Absolute nightmare.
Yeah, still no sign of the rain. I don't know what the percentage chance of rain is now. But certainly no rain at the moment. If it is going to rain, it's going to be in the last 15 minutes.
It's a nice looking pool cue of the red lines.
Yeah. Slight glitch there for Lennart. Not going for the dive into turn 1, holding back.
Well, the LMP2s at top speed are pretty quick. It's more this phase where they're absolutely rapid over them.
And of course, the undercut could be a potential here. In order to get out of traffic, it could go for it, but you always risk coming out in GTP traffic instead, and that might be even harder to overtake. And once again, another blink from Lennart Schnabel. I'm sure that will not be improving Norbert Tatmas's mood right now to see that.
No, the draft goes as well when you blink, if you can believe it. Nucera 3.8 seconds back, so about 2/10 have changed in the whole time we've been following. Tarowski is just following Simon Nucera. Unfortunately, Christopher Liesel was 5 seconds back off Tarowski after being dropped. And Seagro's following very closely. It's going to turn into a very long day for Christopher after the pit stop. Unless he's got something up his sleeve. But even if it is massive fuel saving, he's not going to find that 5-second deficit back under fuel alone. So far, I don't want to curse it, but the traffic between the two classes has been fine.
Yeah.
Not a single incident. I realise I've cursed it now, but yeah, we're quite fine to the race. So we're definitely going to see an off track.
Of course, you used to be a resident GTE driver. Did you like managing with the GT3s? Because I feel like this is sort of similar to that in terms of a very small pace difference.
Well, that wasn't the longest period of time, right? Because the longest period of time was like the LMP1s and the HPDs. But it was really frustrating. It was frustrating. I don't know if you remember. I'm not sure if everyone remembers, and if you remember this, but they used to bop the GT3s in IMSA when there were two, when GTEs, GT3s, and LMP1s, or yeah, when it was the IMSA class and there was the ILMS class, all GT3s were bopped in pace to increase the difference. Yeah. So if you was running the sprint series back then, Black Paint, you would get the full-powered GT3s, whereas if you run the IMSA spec GT3, it would be slightly slower to help. Oh, Norbert Sim.
So he'd given up overtaking Lennart, and now Lennart's got to make the decision. Does he pits in order to cover it off, or does he continue on his way? Turns off the engine as well, Norbert. Leave a bit of fuel.
I've never thought of that.
Needs to turn it on quite soon, though. Hang on, that's a long pit stop. Or is he taking four tyres? Well, I mean, Tarowski's also got a long pit stop, so maybe this is a strat. It's now off the jacks. Yeah, I think that's four tyres.
24.
Tarowski 25, so yeah, must just be 4 tyres.
It is a tyre.
Does it turn out that you can like change tyres quicker if you turn off the engine?
Well, I'm going to check when I get home, but no, I've never tried to turn off the engine during pit.
Well, if he was trying to get out of the traffic, it hasn't worked brilliantly. Came back out.
I think if we bring up the track map, there is no out of traffic left.
Oh, it's just all.
Yeah. Where do you want to? Well, I suppose there is a portion of track.
Yeah, I mean, it's deceiving, this circuit, because obviously the middle sector is so slow speed, it makes it look like it's more clustered than it is, but...
This is Chris Foley and... Oh, Seagrove's got ahead.
Yes. He's done it in a creative spot, looks like.
Yeah, and it looks like he got a flashy flash. Because this is going to put Christopher Foley back to 7th, I think, which, if you think Gray qualified, not his day, unfortunately.
The Sang came into the pits. He was not far behind these drivers. So another one maybe wanting to... Well, there's not really that much traffic anymore, is there? So I'm surprised that they're pitting this late. But I guess if they are changing tyres, then you can get an undercut. You get the fresh tyres and you can go very, very quick.
True. You do have to lower fuel if you stay out, though, so it's... I'm really not sure.
Well, just comparing the sector times on this lap, Norbert Tamas a tenth slower than Schnabel through sector 1, 2 tenths slower through sector 2, 2 tenths slower through sector 3, so it's not... If he did take fresh tyres, Norbert Tamas, it's not working out for him right now. He is slower in every sector than the race leader, than this man.
He's doing a great job. All the time he's got no traffic, he should just stay out.
Of course, Super Formula Lights champion in the Pro category only a couple of months ago was Lennart Schnabel. And he's carrying over that single-seat prowess to the prototypes. Christophe Herbinho has got very close now to Henry Joslin. These guys yet to pit. And Herbinho on that last lap was about half a tenth slower, half a tenth faster, sorry. You can see he's seemingly got a lot more control over that car. And he's looking to make it a Delchaz Automotive 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this Henry Joslin, very fast for 5.5k. To be mixing it with the people he's mixing it with. It's just no draft in this car. Absolutely, there's no deviation or pace gain on this long straight. Nothing.
Yeah, and they'll break just beyond the 50-meter board at the end of this straight. He starts to gain a little bit right at the end, but even though it's quite a slow speed turn 1, even then, like, there's no possibility to go for a dive or anything.
No. Schnabel's in, so this is going to be the exit to watch.
Probably the sensible call there. I think those couple of laps that he did longer were good, but he didn't take it too far. He didn't give the opportunity for the gap to start to decrease.
Does he know he can go straight on? I hope he does. Let's see.
I hope, yeah.
You can just... I know it seems wrong, and if you haven't practiced it, you drive into that cone to be sure.
And of course, he can go through the safety car as well if he wants.
Yeah, but there is a dip there. You do need to be careful. Like, when you over-rotate, you can pivot the car way too fast.
Well, he's taking all 4 tyres as well.
He's away. He moves right. He does want to stay on the track.
Well, it was a good pit stop.
It was.
He was 2 tenths faster than Tamas, and he is going to stay... It's going to be quite close, but he's going to be ahead.
Yep. Very good job.
And he gets an LMP2 as well between the pair. He's broken the draft, or little draft there was. Very good job.
So now he just needs to rinse and repeat what he did in the first stint.
And that was a very good lap time there from Tamas. Now I think it might be the first lap here on these tyres for the GTPs, which might be a difficulty because Tamas was not quick out of the pits for the first couple of laps, but has now found his pace. So Lennart might be under a lot of pressure here whilst he gets those tyres.
Oh, that's the other thing. I think just the fuel deviation. You know, you got to remember Schnabel was on low fuel, whereas Tamas just topped up. So it's not just the tyres. The fuel differential does give him an opportunity. But yeah, for sure, just needs to be careful on these cold boots.
Gets a little bit of a draft as well from the cars ahead. He'll be thankful for that one. Behind these guys, Blaž Turovsky, the next highest driver who has pitted. He's 7 seconds behind these guys, hoping to jump the likes of Seago and Chris Afuli.
Oh, he's for sure ahead of those.
Yeah, it's more Nucera, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's waiting.
Dan Blackwell into the pits.
Willoughby ahead of Quare now in the LMP2 AM fight, so Willoughby basically in the lead now. I was writing him off earlier on, but looks like he's on course for his 3rd win of the season. Oh, Schnabel being held up a little bit here.
Yeah, Norbert has to not carry as much speed either, though.
That was Paul Busby, I think, that they were going past.
No, Busby's a lighter.
Oh, it's a... Oh, sorry, it's a GTP. Oh, yeah, that was for position. My bad. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Position, because... Well, yeah. Yeah. He hasn't pitted yet. Oh, I forgot how many people haven't pitted yet in GTP.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys pitted very early. I guess Nucera... Well, is Nucera only going to take 2 tyres? I think Nucera's only going to take 2 tyres, and that's his strat. And that could save him 12 seconds in the pit stop.
If... This is why I doubt the math. You probably are right, because I'm a bit rusty on the old mathematics. If it's a 12-second differential and you said you can go quite far into, there's no way I'd pay 12 seconds for 2 more tyres.
Well, we had the 11.5 pit stop for Henning Schwebig earlier on.
Yeah, but was that just too early?
I think he's going to the end there. That was on lap 13. He can definitely go to the end, Schwebig. He pitted with about 40 minutes to go. Schwebig's times are... I mean, it's difficult to compare. They're all right. They're not spectacular. And of course, we did see last time out some of the drivers who took 2 tyres. It did not work out for them. One of them was actually Lennart Schnabel, if I recall correctly, and he had nothing left when he had 2 tyres. The balance was too bad, and it caused him to really lose time in the closing stages. Still, Herbinho here cannot get past Joslin, and frankly, I'm a bit surprised he hasn't come into the pits yet to try an alternate strategy.
Yeah, I mean, these things are weapons on low fuel, the LMP2s. Absolutely different car they become. Oh, a very slow-going Philip Longfellow. What's happened there?
Is it pointing straight?
Yeah, he's wiggling a lot.
Augustin Bernier, leader of the LMP2 Pro, is into the pits. He built up a 7.9 second gap, which is colossal. What a drive this is from Augustin Bernier. It's been progressively getting better as the rounds have gone on. And he looks like a surefire victor tonight. Now the driver taking at least 2 tyres. Yeah, just the 2 tyres for him.
And Tim Perry's in as well. Careful on pit exit. Some of the hardest corners on the track. Especially in the wet.
Does iRacing, does the pit lane feel more slippery in the wet than it does on the track? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's very clever. And something like Daytona is how you transition. So from the track to the pit lane where the track dips, a lake forms there, and unfortunately the track can dry out, but you still get that lake, and you've got to cross the lake to join the pit lane, and there's a chance you're on dry tyres, and that little stream has formed, and it's hyper dangerous.
Yuri Grigorenko also into the pits means that Willoughby is almost into the lead of the LMP2 ABS now. Just got Ivan Revkov to overtake, but Revkov is yet to come into the pits, so that won't be much of an issue for him. Alexander Delchas next into the pits now.
And this battle is the one to keep an eye on, the Henry Joslin and Christopher Herbinho. They have been very close to each other. Oh. Yeah, the Delatraz quite. It's not enough though. No.
And so he's going to have to do it on track. Are they close to anyone on pit exit? No, they're going to be completely by themselves.
Yeah, but if he was able to pass him, he would have by now. He's been out there for 44 minutes trying to get by, following this closely. Henry Jostin's proved to be quite the competitor. Obviously, he's lost one position since his start.
Ivan Revkov comes into the pits. He was one of the very few LMP2s still to come into the pits. In fact, he was the last LMP2 to come into the pits.
Oh, he's missed his
and
box.
He has gone far, so he's still waiting.
Oh, he's gone really far.
Oh, no, he's got, oh, he might get DQ'd for that. He might get DQ'd for that. Does he disappear?
Oh, he's missed it again. Oh, he's missed it again. And he's in. In. Binio following very closely. But, like I said, if it was that easy to get by, he would have in the 45 minutes he's had to try this the first time round.
Well, I think Joslin's going to have to go defensive this time, at least. Which isn't something he's had to do a whole lot so far. He's going to go all the way to the pit wall, but then opens the door. And this might be the opportunity for our championship leader to look to the inside. But Joslin just takes the normal racing line and he pulls a couple of car lengths away.
Very nicely done.
And they've got Revkov just coming out of the pits in front of them as well. So Schnabel in P5 then, P7 overall. But still we're waiting for the top drivers to come into the pits. They will go as long as they can, probably to about 50 or 51 minutes into the race before taking their pit stop and taking either 2 tyres or 0 tyres and trying the alternative strategy. And he's now 2 seconds ahead of Norbert Tamas as well.
31 seconds off Simone Nacera. Pit stop time, 24 seconds. Bit confused by that. Am I doing something wrong here? It cuts T1.
24 seconds stationary.
Stationary. Thank you. There you go.
But yeah, his pit stop will be like 10 seconds, I think, Nacera. I mean, what are their lap times like? We've got Schnabel on a 21.7, Nacera 22.1.
I mean, Seagro's cooking. 21.8s, Nacera 21.6s. I mean...
I feel like the two tyre strat might be the way to go. I think Simone Nacera has a very good chance at winning this race.
That would be crazy because he was the one napping at the start, right? And got absolutely swamped.
Yeah.
I say napping. We're talking about what, 2/10 of a second. But napping, alas.
Should have a couple more laps to go till he has to come into the pits.
And obviously, let's not forget, he's only recently been promoted from AM after domination. Oh, that's an off track. Oh wait, the first, no, that's why, it's that TV angle. The first part isn't an off track, it's the second part. You can use the green, yeah, I'm getting confused. It's the far sweeping camera angle that's throwing me off. You can use all the green curve and then you've got to get back in time for that straight white line.
21.7 that last time now for Nacera. That's a very good lap. That's only 6/10, that's 1/10 of his best lap of the race. Honestly, if I was a betting man, I would be putting my money on Simone Nacera right now, honestly, to win this race. I think the tyre degradation does not seem to be enough to warrant taking full tyres.
He hasn't tried it on higher fuel yet. I suppose it won't be a lot of fuel.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of fuel added.
So John Williams, after that kerfuffle, let's say, has found himself actually behind Nate now. When Nathan came out the pits, he was 1.6, 1.7 seconds back off his teammate in different Pro and AM. But the AM is ahead of the Pro.
Habini nearly got past Joslin there. Took a very alternative line through the Center S, but still finds himself behind.
Yeah, he's able to follow so closely. At the moment, he's just got no answer.
Michael Halfler-Darson, who was in the championship fight, only 3 seconds behind these guys. Looks like he's going to lose more points to Herbinho. But once again, very consistent Halfler-Darson. I think he's finished in the top 5 every race so far this season. This one has grouped back together a bit. Matthew Crisp only just ahead of George Sazonov and Clement Fidry. Adam Watson, after not doing qualifying, he started right from the back, did Adam Watson. He's now only 1.2 seconds behind as well.
Yep, still to play for. Just scanning up and down the order, see what's moving around. Not the biggest movements of positions out there, really. If we, apart from Dylan Bosseret for Fastlane, you know, very low movements. People either say now they're qualifying, or it's just so notoriously difficult to pass here.
I think part of it as well is we've only had 3 retirements.
True.
Of 40-odd drivers. So a few less incidents. Bit of a chaotic first couple of laps, but that's to be expected. So I think Nusa will probably go. I think he'll go one more lap.
You do?
But
I think he's in.
I might be wrong. Let's see how tight he is on the inside. He's taking quite a wide line there. I think he's going again. He's going again.
Damn it. Okay, replay's coming in. So this is...
Alright, so this was a brilliant move early on from the
Oh, yeah. Very nicely done here around the outside. He's...
Oh, wow. Great save.
So this is when Segro got by.
Oh, yeah, he's overheated the rears, and yeah, he's got no...
So when he flashed Segro, it was, thanks for not driving into me, not what are you doing, moron. Okay.
Oh, he hit the curb slightly initially.
Whoa.
And settled it a bit.
Yeah, so he flashed to thank him. Whoa, dude. It's like he can't stop sliding. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think he backed out of that one. I think he realised, yeah,
Gotcha.
that was a bit much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a good, respectful battle. So, yeah, he would have wanted to finish that way. I'm excited for the GTP pits.
I mean, I don't think it's even going to be close. I think Simone Nusa is going to be ages ahead. I mean, Nusa was 1/10 slower than Schnabel on that last lap. I think as long as he's sub 13 seconds, I think he'll be safely in the lead. And here he comes into the pits.
In.
So if you were a GTP, you'd be going to the end then? Like, you'd be doing a no-stop?
No.
You reckon?
No,
you
not
would
8
try.
minutes. No.
Okay.
You'd lose too much.
So no tyres. He's not even going to take the 2. He doesn't want that imbalance.
Okay, son. 9-second pit stop.
Sub 10 seconds, wow. Here he comes then. And he is a long way clear. Schnabel only just crossed the start-finish line. A comfortable lead for Simone Nusa. There's Schnabel. He's miles behind.
Well, I never.
8.5 seconds.
I'm impressed, Sam. I'll give you that. My 3 weeks off and no internet has. You are superior now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Interesting use of the word now there. As if I wasn't always, but I'll take it.
Yeah, take it. Let's see how this can help Federico, because he's gone under the radar. He's had a nightmare start, dropping to everyone. He finds himself ahead of Tarowski.
Yeah. By a big margin. I wonder if Tarowski made a mistake, because Tarowski's
No.
11 seconds off Tamasa. Yeah, I guess that adds up.
So let's see what Segro can do. Segro is in. And obviously teammate of Simone Nusa, so you'd think they've shared the pit stop idea. Nicola Agard in and Jack Wells in.
I think this will be close, right, between Segro and Schnabel.
Yeah, which is insane, right?
I think Segro will probably come out between...
To see the damage fix on the car behind. His front left fender completely repaired. Front left bumper.
Segro's still behind Schnabel. And I think he'll be behind Tamas as well. There he is in the green car. It's close, but Tamas will be just ahead.
If you think Segura was nowhere near in the fight with Tamas. This is going to be a good point to the Absolute Motorsport Ace Lift team. Agard coming out.
And still defending Herbinho off the circuits. Now, was that pushing it too far, I wonder, from Joslin?
Nope, under F1 rules, whoever's first the apex can do whatever they want with regard to nobody else.
Yeah, in regard to anything.
Do anything,
at that
yeah.
point, like, it's free reign.
It is, yeah, you own the track if you're first to an apex. Even if you come drifting. Oh! Looks like Henry Joslin's leaning on those rears. Herbinho's really following close now.
After Dawson not really catching up to these guys much, despite them starting to fight a lot, still 2.5 seconds back.
Simone Nocera, our AM driver recently, is 8 seconds ahead of the pole sitter and leader of every corner of every lap. If I say I'm rusty, but I did state early on, if that's the cost, there's no way I would have taken them. No way.
Oh, up the inside.
Yeah, but he's
Bit
going
of
to
a
back
dummy.
out. Yeah, there's no way. No way. Yeah. Yeah, I said there's no way I would do it. No way.
Yeah, we've seen the 2-tyre thing.
Oh, I
very
thought he
close.
leant on him. I think Herbinho might have leant him and lifted so he didn't die. Oh,
Squeezing one another.
Henry Joslin was showing, like, move over. Enough now. I hope this doesn't end in tears.
Okay, after Dawson's catching up now, he's down to 1.2 seconds behind. He's gained about a second in the past lap. Joslin is driving in his mirrors now.
I really get the impression that Herbinho's tyres are in a better state than Henry Joslin, so let's see what he can do. How many laps are left? Yeah, there's not enough time. Schneebel is going quicker by about half a second a lap than Nucera, but it doesn't matter. Oh,
I'll send it. Oh, and he had to completely get out of it. I think did he just lock up the tyres? I mean, there was no sound from that car for a split second. Looked like he was just trying to make the corner, if he possibly could.
I do like the way Henry Joslin drives. Like he doesn't overly defend, and sometimes he's like, "You'll be gone. I'm going to turn in, and you won't lean that stupid 1-inch thing." It's a very confident driver.
And Hafler Dawson is almost as close now to Herbinho as Herbinho is to Joslin. He's gained that much time. Oh, wow. That was super close. Between Kroll and Thesang. Looks like Kroll has got past Thesang.
Yeah, he has indeed.
Although, yeah, so Kroll took a 9-second pit stop. Thesang 27 seconds. 4 tyres versus no tyres. So I think Thesang's got more tyres.
Yeah, but he's just been passed.
Or was he defending? Do we know?
Ooh. I'm pretty sure I saw a positional change. Yeah, that gap's coming down between Nucera and Schneebel, but it's just not enough.
No. 7 seconds. Some rain would be fun right now. But by the sun beating down, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Look at the extra grip that Thesang's got, but
he's
can't do anything with it.
Let's see his exit out of the last corner. We haven't seen any drive-throughs yet. Yeah, look at the drive he has off the corner. I think he might have actually been too close there and actually have to get out of it. So unfortunately, he's not even in draft right now. That's how more performant his car is. Joslin's just not phased. Yep,
Oh,
he's got that done.
lovely work. Great work there, because there was a little bit of understeer as well. But the Beast Racing car, a little bit of contact, and Herbinho's off. And that might lose him out to Hafler Dawson as well. And it very much looks like Henry Joslin has won that duel, which has been going for the entire race. And Halfler Darson might get a podium out of this. Halfler Darson now right on the tail of Jocelyn.
Yeah, them two do that on that straight every time.
And they've still got a lap and a half to go, do those drivers?
Nate looking good, leading LMP2 and by quite the margin. He's ahead of Adam Watson Pro, Matthew Crisp Pro, and John Williams Pro.
Tight battle between Quer and Grigorenko for LMP2 AM.
Tarowski's ahead of Agard, but why is Tarowski, why was he even involved in this down in P8?
Yeah, well, he might still get one more, could Tarowski. He could get past Wells as well.
Something definitely has gone wrong with his race.
So Grigorenko took 2 tyres, Quer took 4 tyres. So Quer should be fine holding on to this, but Grigorenko has been faster recently.
Battle between John Williams and Matthew Crisp is looking feisty.
Yeah, there's plenty more stuff going on. It's been a fun race, especially with the tyre strats. It's caused quite a difference in pace between some of these drivers, but this man has absolutely nailed it. It was a poor start, lined up in 2nd place, went down to 4th before he even reached turn 1. But a brilliant strategy to only take, well, not even any tyres. And he's going to, in the end, win it by a canter. 5.8 seconds clear. Simone Nucera wins his 2nd race of the season.
That was class. That really was class.
Tarowski did get past Wells on the last lap. Augustin Bernier, meanwhile, is going to take his first race win of the season. He becomes the 3rd Delchaz automated driver to win a race, I believe, so far this season. And Nikolai Agars, on his debut in the AMS, manages to win in the GTP AM Championship.
And a dominant winner as well.
Very
20
dominant.
seconds.
Halfler Darson was not able to get Jocelyn. Jocelyn, on his LMP2 debut, makes a big impression, and Herbinio loses more points in the championship, and I think even loses the championship lead now to Alexander Delachas.
Yep. So we're following Nate Willoughby, winner of LMP2 AM. Very solid drive. Very solid drive indeed.
Yeah, it was not a positive start for Willoughby, but he has been by far the fastest.
One thing we missed, I think John Williams also had a drive-through. He's gone from bad to worse for John today, unfortunately.
There goes Willoughby taking the checkered flag. Yeah, Williams had an issue on this lap as well. I think he had an off a moment ago. He lost out to Fidgery. But he was one of the last drivers not to be triple lapped. So I'm not sure if there's anyone behind him who will overtake him if he does have a post-race penalty, which is good news for him.
But yeah, the Effect Boys not having a lot of luck, obviously, with Paul being having that incident, Emil and John having their moments, but obviously a great win from Nate. What a drive from Nucera. Driver of the day by a country mile.
Yep.
He showed you don't need to be the fastest in qualifier. You don't need to be awake for the standings, the rolling start. You just need to get your strategy right. And
certainly that strategy looked like it was the way to go. But, I mean, you look at, second and third were drivers who took 4 tyres. Seago was the next fastest driver. Chris Fooley ended up in a decent position by taking no tyres. It'll be really interesting. I'm sure we'll get an interview with Lennart. He's usually very chatty with us, and I hope we'll get an interview with a couple of others as well.
Yeah, the thing I want to know is why Lennart boxed, because he started this whole situation in LMDH. He boxed so early. I wonder if it was even on Norbert Tamas's strategy to box that early.
Sure.
That gave Simone Nucera just to do the regular, normal pit stop and it won out.
Well, let's have a look at those final results on screen. Nucera ahead of Schnabel and Tamas, you can see at the bottom there, Agard, Thesang and Schwebig, the top 3 in the AM. Schwebig, once again, not winning a race, but really good points for him. Top of the LMP2s, meanwhile, was Augustin Bernier. He managed to win out in that class ahead of his teammate Alexander Delachaz and Henry Joslin. So it's still not a Delachaz automotive by Majors Garage 123. We've come close a couple of times this season, but they are yet to secure it. And of course, top of the AMs were Willoughby, Quer, who marginally held off Grigorenko type battle there. Now, who do we have for interviews, I wonder? Before we go through that, actually, I will just give a shout out as well to, of course, the Racing Unleashed GT3 series, which is on Sunday. You can still sign up over at apexracingleague.com. Free registration, and you just need to do a pre-qualifying lap tomorrow, and you should be good to race on Sunday. So do check it out. 3 more rounds of the season to go, and it's a really fun championship. Lots of competitiveness in that one. Live stewarding, and of course it's broadcast with Matthew Duffin here in the studio on a Sunday evening. So do make sure to check it out. And it doesn't clash with F1 as well this weekend, so there's really no reason why not to take part. We've got a few drivers eager to have a chat with us, but I am most curious to chat with Lennart Schnabel, who joins us now. Lennart, congratulations. It's a P2. I mean, I don't really know where to start because obviously, what a wild day. Let's go back to qualifying, and you took pole position. I mean, that was incredible that you took pole position. Not something that I expected. Not sure if we can hear Lennart at the moment. He did say hello in the middle of my sentence, and that's quite a rude thing to do, and Lennart's not usually a rude person.
Maybe he can't hear us.
I don't think he can hear us, unfortunately. So I don't know if we want to have a go at another driver, see if it is a Lennart thing, or whether we are confident it's on our end.
I'll message him.
But yeah, I think it might just be on our end at the moment. But it gives us an opportunity to talk about the next round of the season. And of course, there was a little bit of a movement around with the calendar when it came to the IMSA official series. And that means that it's Sebring next time out. One circuit that you were very excited about last week, which we thought we were going to do this week. But then we realized that the calendar had changed. And so, yeah, Sebring next time out. And yeah.
Oh, you're going to have a lot of excited drivers. You're going to have a full grid. I just think it's a fantastic track. It is a bit bumpy for GTPs, but I love this track. I raced there last night just for a community thing. But yeah, in prototypes, yeah, it's for multi-class, Sunset, T1, everything. I think it's going to bring out the best in the drivers. And there will be some high class. Like, at the moment, like, as I say, Interlagos isn't... How can I put this? It's not an esport track. It's not on the big 5. It's not an endurance track. You know, some of the big names, like the 10Ks, it's just not been a full of feature as much as the Road Atlantas, the Sebrings, the Daytonas, the Spas. So we will see the cream rise to the top on that. We're going to see the 9-10K drivers not have a problem putting some serious lap times down. But yeah, love the track. Really excited.
I think it's up there with Zolder as well in terms of a really important qualifying. Like, I find at least Sebring's a really tricky circuit to overtake on. You got the hairpin, I guess, at the end of the, sort of in the middle sector. But Sunset Bend, like, unless you're getting ahead on the straight itself, there's no proper braking point there. You can maybe, mug someone on the second part of the corner. But I think, yeah, qualifying is going to be very important. And we're going to have another go. Lennart, can you hear us now?
Now I can hear you, yeah.
Wonderful
Perfect.
stuff. Well, I was going on a very long-winded question earlier on, so it's probably best that you didn't hear it. And qualifying, let's go back to that. Because, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, you were qualifying P16. I think last week it was like P9, and now you're P1. I mean, how did that happen?
Yeah, I wish I knew. I just put it all together in that single lap that counted, and that's all you need to do. Just put it together when it counts the most, and I found myself on P1 all of a sudden. To be honest, I didn't expect that happening because I had a really rough official week behind me. I finished like 3 races out of 7 maybe, so taking P1 was definitely a good start.
And then, of course, the big question was 2 tyres, well, no tyres or 4 tyres. You decided to go for 4 tyres. Of course, Simone managed to pull off the 0 tyre thing and came from 7 seconds behind you guys to 6 seconds ahead. Do you think you could have done the 0 tyre stop like you did back at Silverstone?
I could have, yeah. but my fuel strategy was for a 4-tire stop. So I took like 40 liters of fuel with me in the pit stop, so I was able to take all 4 tires while doing that. But if I would have set myself up for a no tire change, that could have worked as well. At the end, I think I took it too easy at the start because I was like watching my tires that they don't give up too early, and it worked very well. I still had like 70% on them when I came to the pits. That was the moment where I realized, yeah, maybe could have gone for no tires, but I mean, still P2. Hats off to Simone for pulling that off, because it's not easy taking no tires and driving a full hour.
Absolutely, yeah, you really pulled it off very, very impressively. Well, congratulations, Lau. It's good to see you really improving these GTP cars. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, as always, huge shout out to Alcantech, to our sponsors, to everyone involved in there, and also to you guys. As always, I'll take a look at the stream, and I'm very sure that it's going to be good again.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, hopefully you enjoy Lennart, and yeah, we'll see you back next week.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Lennart Schnabel, there, runner-up in the GTP Pros. Who are you going to track up?
I am going to grab our GTP AM winner, Mr. Nicola Agard, on his debut. Hello, Nicola. Can you hear me okay, mate?
Right.
Hello. Congratulations on the win on your debut race. How did it feel?
It felt good. It was hard keeping the tires alive, but other than that, it was good, I think. Yeah.
You went for the 0 tire strat, right? If I remember rightly.
Yeah.
And was that the plan
I
from
did.
the start, or did you adapt the plan as you saw pit stops happening?
I didn't have a plan at all. I just joined the race to drive for fun, and didn't think much of it, actually. I just filled the tank up and drove the race, and yeah. But I felt the tires at the last 2 laps. Yeah, my tires was all dead. I was just sliding everywhere.
Yeah, I think you had like a 20-second lead though, so it must have been quite reassuring. How was the multi-class traffic? Have you done many of the officials this week, or is this just something you jumped into?
No, I have driven some GTPs lately, and kind of felt in love with it. So why not stick to it? I think.
Yep. Did you try any Interlagos officials in the rain?
No. One race, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you manage to get a dry one, or was it wet?
It was dry one.
Okay. Yeah, this car can be quite a handful in the rain.
Yeah, we done some. We had a big race in Denmark at Le Mans, so we practiced a lot in the rain, and the car is a handful.
No, again, congratulations. Yeah, some awesome pace there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what you see you can do. Are you looking forward to Sebring? Must be, surely.
Yeah, I drove at Sebring 3 seasons ago, I think, yeah. And that also was really fun in the GTP though. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, mate. All right, well, I look forward to speaking to you when you pick up the win at Sebring.
I love
Cheers, mate. Is there anyone who'd like to give a shout out before you go?
Yeah, my teammates, our sponsors, and CarX and the Racing Lab and Asatec, yeah.
Awesome, mate.
And,
Nice chat.
And you too, guys. Nice
Thank you,
speaking
mate.
to you again.
Yes, always, and the same. Cheers, mate. And we'll talk soon. Bye. Nicola got there, winning on his debut, but he seemed very confident. I mean, a 20-second lead doesn't happen by accident.
No, he will be tough to beat in that category for the rest of the season, even if his championship hopes are probably a little bit too far away with the deficit he's got to make up. Let's have a chat next with, I was unsure who to chat with, but I think I'm going to drag up Tim Perry next up. Tim, how was that one? P6 in the GTP Pros, but looked like you pretty much maximised that result. Another strong qualifying and another error-free race.
Yeah, I think I'm punching above my weight here, to be honest. You know, there's some really, really quick guys. So, just try my absolute best. Interlagos is a circuit I always go quite well at. So, yeah, I guess manage to maximise it. Yeah, I think this is probably the height of what I can achieve. So, yeah, that's why I thought I'd come on.
Of course, you've been around in the series since back in season 1, of course, playing the amateur championship. How would you say sort of your driving and the LMP2 car has changed over that time? Is there anything in particular that you do different compared to, you know, those years ago?
No, to be honest, I think the car is very similar. And yeah, you're right. The trophy I've got on the side here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's actually the prototype champion for Pro-Am on season 1. So yeah, I've been driving the car for quite a while. And yeah, I think, to be honest, the way it drives is very similar. And you know, just it shows my kind of progression really from like an amateur to the fact that I can now compete with some of these guys who are, you know, insane R ratings. You know, I was closing Herbno a little bit at the end, and he's 7.8k, so it's absolutely insane, really.
Absolutely. And of course, looking ahead to Sebring next time out, is that one you're confident on? Have you been able to do too many Sebring 12 hours in this car?
Yeah, really enjoy Sebring. Yeah, done a few races there in the LMP2 and that. Whether it's like my best track or not, I don't know, but I do enjoy driving it, and that normally means I can do more practice. So, yeah, I mean, I hope we might get some rain as well. I think last Sebring 12 it was really rainy, so got quite a bit of practice there. I'd actually practiced quite a lot for the rain for this one because I thought it might come, but unfortunately it didn't in a way. But yeah, obviously a great result anyway. But yeah, I was prepped for the rain just in case.
Well, I've got my fingers crossed for rain. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of it in the second half of the season. But congratulations, Tim, on another strong result. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, massive thanks to our sponsors, 3M, for providing the car this season. And big thanks to Altitude Racing and all the guys there. My teammates Watson and Blackwell always do a fantastic job. One of them actually came in a lap early just to check for the tyre wear to see what the percentage was. So yeah, fantastic help. So yeah, thanks to those guys, thanks to the team, and thanks to 3M.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Tim, and yeah, we'll see you back next week.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Well done.
Tim Perry there in 6th place in LMP2 Pro, and I think we'll have one more interview.
Okay, yeah, we've got time for Mr. Michael Halfdozen. Hi, Michael, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Congratulations. A tough looking race. Was it P4 in LMP2 Pro? How did you find it?
Really tough. Setup was nowhere as competitive as I'd hoped it would be today. I was really struggling with the front tires all the race, and yeah, then the contact with Paul in the beginning didn't really help the case, and then I think a lap later we had two guys spinning in the middle sector in front of me, so that also set me back a few seconds and could never really catch up to the guys in front of me after that.
Yeah, a bunch of fast guys. Obviously, I'm trying to remember how close you got to the Jocelyn and Herbinio. Did you see the incident? I'm trying to remember. You was getting closer and closer. How did you have much time to analyze what was happening?
I mean, from my point of view, it looked like Christoph kind of got pushed out. Looked like the guy on the inside just tried to go more of a regular line and wasn't really sure how close Christoph was. But I mean, also position for me and for the championship, it's good that I get Christoph behind me, but less good that Delatraz and Bernier guess I won too.
Because if I'm not mistaken, you gained on the white flag last week as well. Am I right? Delatraz ran out of fuel right in front of you, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
It's starting to become a pattern of me overtaking the last lap here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you know, it's never too late. It's never too late. How did you find the multi-class?
Well, it's a tight track. It's always going to be tough, but I was fairly clean. I didn't have much of the DTPs, to be honest, today. It was pretty similar on pace, so towards the end we had a few, but yeah, it was just let them go.
Awesome. Have you done many officials at this combo this week? Any rain experience?
I've had rain for a total of 2 minutes, and I'm very disappointed we didn't have rain today. But yeah, I've done a few, and I've seen Bernier do like equally as many as me, or not even more. And on average, it's been like half a second faster than anyone. So it was clear from the beginning that he was going to win today.
Yeah, looking very rapid indeed. But no, you should be very pleased with that. It's a long season. Sebring next week. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I mean, we had good pace last time in the endurance season at Sebring. I think for a time I was third or second in the beginning after starting further back. So the pace should be good. Again, I'm hoping for rain. So if we get rain, maybe a surprise win could come finally. Yes,
let's go. I'll try and lean on Sam. I'll see what I can do. I'm always calling for rain. Yeah, you're welcome. But no, congratulations. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thanks for Alcantech and all of the guys in Alcantech, and of course iRacing team for the amazing rig.
Awesome, mate. And yeah, we'll hopefully chat to you at Sebring.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And yourself. Cheers. Michael there. Solid result. Tough. LMP2 Pro's tough. Very tough. You know, we've got some fast guys in a lot of categories, but I find LMP2 Pro is very at the top. It's very.
We've got some really like well-established guys like the Derchas guys and like Christoph Herbinio and and yet the likes of Tim, the likes of Michael are really upping their game in order to battle with those guys. And it is turning into a very good championship fight between the lots of them. But yeah. Once again, Sebring will be next time out. Make sure to keep tuned on that over the next 7 days, of course. We've got much more action as well on the Apex Racing TV YouTube channel, streaming all kinds of racing. We've got the Radicals official series on tomorrow. We've got the Racing Unleashed GT3 series on Sunday as well. But we've also got prototype racing and single-seater racing and GT racing in a multiple different series, so do make sure to check all that out. And of course, do check out the late Apex as well. We showed that earlier on the Apex Racing Team YouTube channel, but you can also search the late Apex wherever you stream podcasts, and you can stream it on there as well, on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anything like that. So do make sure to check out all of that stuff. And of course, thanks to our sponsors once again, Apex Racing Academy, Virtual Racing School, Apex Racing Simulators and Co. All their links in the description below. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Sampson, we are going to say goodbye, and we'll see you back next time for round 6 of the season. See you then.
Ciao, ciao.